Dirty birds! I hate them dirty birds.
Woo-hoo! Tarps off, Cardinals fans! This is Dirty Birds. I'm your host, Doug Golden, and I'm going to talk about Cardinals baseball today. But first of all, I want to talk about one thing, and that is, ladies, I've noticed you are not participating in the Tarps off thing. I checked the crowds very, very closely over the weekend, and I did not see one lady with her top off. We've got spirit! Yes, we do! We've got spirit! How about you?
We got spirit, but it's kind of inside.
Ladies, you need to get in on this because Cardinals Nation needs you. No man is good without a woman behind him. So, anyway, let's move on to what I'd like to talk about the most, actually, at the moment, which is, again, but a little bit different. Jose Fermin and Cesar Prieto. Now, Fermin has been on the roster the entire season because he can't be sent down. He has no more options left. But he plays so little. And the fact of the matter is this. I'll go back to this. I love Victor Scott, but Victor Scott is not cutting the cheese or whatever that is. But he's not really doing much of anything. So there's no harm in putting Nathan Church in center field and perhaps Fermin in left. And Fermin over Sajasi, who's gotten a lot more playing time despite the fact that he's hitting 178 or something around there. Well below the Mendoza line, let's put it that way. And from both Prieto and Fermin, we're not expecting a lot of power. Doubles are probably the most likely thing we get from either of these guys, with the occasional home run. And the occasional home run is kind of what you get with Victor Scott anyway. So the only downside is we're losing a little bit of speed and defense. And the other thing about Prieto, you could DH him over Gorman. Gorman has actually been hitting well lately, but with no thump whatsoever. I mean, barely any doubles, mainly singles, and there's value in that. His defense has been very good, so it's kind of hard to take him out because I don't know that either Fermin or Prieto would be any better at third base than Gorman is from a fielding perspective. So I would advocate for Prieto to bat more in the DH spot perhaps, and spell Gorman at third base when you're essentially giving Gorman a day off. But I'd like to see more of both of these guys. It always aggravates me a little bit when they bring somebody up. Like they brought up Jordan Walker last year, and then they started playing him sporadically, and he was kind of hot in the minor leagues. And the same is true of Fermin and Prieto, except Fermin has not been in the minors. But Prieto has actually been batting very well. I believe he's hitting .311. His OPS was at or above 900. He's been doing pretty well. So I personally like to go with a hot hand rather than going with somebody who's just struggling a lot. And I'd like to see Victor Scott succeed. Trust me. There's no Cardinal player that I don't like. I like Sajasi, I like Victor Scott, but they're both not cutting the mustard. That's what I want to cut. They're not doing it right now. And so I'd like to see a couple of other guys who are hitting, who have the potential to hit better, to at least see what they've got. And it takes some regular playing time for them to get going. So there's no reason to bring people up and sit them on the bench almost constantly. Especially when you have a couple of spots that are relatively weak right now. Pozo's come around a little bit on the pinch hitting. That's good. But by and large, our bench is not great at the moment, I'd say. With the exception of Prieto and Fermin, who both are pretty well-proven hitters. They're, smallish guys. But you can expect them to get on base more. And for your power guys and everybody, it's good to have people on base to drive in. That's the important thing. I mean, like, neither Scott nor Sajasi is walking very much at all. So their on base percentages are pretty low. They're not hitting particularly well. I know Sajasi got a couple of hits over the weekend, and that's good, but he's had a lot of chances, and he has not grabbed the spotlight on that. Anyway, that's my main issue today. I don't want to belabor the point. I think I've already made my main points on that. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you'd like to, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get up to one listener now. Unlike Jim Hayes and company, who are waiting to get to 7,000 and have been for a long time. But, none of those guys took their shirts off. I did. So please subscribe. Thank you for watching.